Guess who's back? It's your boy Art, my sidekick Blue. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. We got a big show for you tonight. We're gonna talk about a number of things. Yeah, we know that now Kamala is the one, right? we know that. We're gonna get into all of that tonight. Okay. The time. The, all right. Now the name of the show tonight is Everybody's in Lockstep. Now, what we mean by everybody's in lockstep, everybody in the Democratic Party is in lockstep. They all think the same. They all do the same. They all vote the same. You always get the same thing. Ain't nothing going to be new. It's all going to be the same. It's been the same. It is the same. It don't care if Joe Biden's up there. It don't care if Kamala Harris is up there. It don't care if Nancy Pelosi is up there. It don't matter who's up there from that party. They all in lockstep. And in lockstep, we mean it don't matter who you get from that side. Guess what? They're going to be open borders. Okay, it's going to be wars. Okay, this is what's going. It's going to be men and women sports. Okay, it's going to be pedophilia for our kids. It's going to be taking your freedom of speech, trying to get rid of your Second Amendment gun right. All of these things they are in lockstep with. So this is why people have been saying we got to get our country back. If you don't, you will have nothing and you will like it.
You already know it's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563. Again, 704-449-6563. Share. Add everybody at the followers. You already know how we do. It's time to tell the truth.
Absolutely.
You're right about that, Art. I mean, they all think the same. To me, it's like everybody got the same argument. Ain't nobody really think. I mean, everything I hear somebody say is just a repeat of everything I see on the news.
Right.
Everybody from the Democrat Party got the same argument, got the same, think the same.
Right.
I mean, everybody's in lockstep, just like you said.
Right. I mean, come on, man. We trying to do something new out here. We trying to get something better for the country. I don't understand it. They got the same policy. We ought to be, I'm going to be honest, 100% honest with you. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm independent. And what that means is I'm looking at policies. I'm looking at who's best for this country and who can do the best for this country. That's what it is. If it happened to be, even if it would have been Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, I would have been with them as long as they had some decent policies. You start naming policies to people and they start looking the other way, knowing it's bad policies. I don't get it.
Well, me, I'm a Republican. I'm going to be honest. I'm a Republican.
Okay.
I mean, I believe that the rich should get richer because they create more opportunities for everybody. When you think you outsmarting the rich by trying to take money from them, that's jobs that can be got, because the richest people in the country is the people that that own everything that we have to have.
Exactly.
It's a difference between wanting something and having to have it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You want a haircut. You want your car washed. You want your nails done. That's the stuff that you got to go to the richest people in the country job to make money to get that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I think a lot of times, when they tell us, oh, well, we go tax the rich, they just take their money and send it everywhere but America anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, taxing the rich to me ain't never been good because they don't ever really get taxed. When you tax the rich, you tax me because the loaf of bread just went up. Okay. Gas just went up. Everything. You go to Home Depot, that just went up. Because when you tax them, they pass the buck. So, man, stop falling for the okie doke, because that's what they always telling you. Taxing the rich is never the answer. You know what the answer is, Blo?
What's that?
Stop spending money.
Well, yeah,
stop throwing the money away. You don't need to tax nobody. Dog, why is you going to take my tax money and throw it away over in Ukraine? Or why are you going to take my tax money and walk over me just to give it to somebody else? That don't make no sense.
And then they tell you that they're not paying their fair share because they're paying the same amount you paying. Well,
right.
6% of $100 is $6.
Exactly.
6% of $100,000 is $6,000.
Right. Exactly.
So you're not paying the same.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of games that they play on us as people that we constantly, that I fail for, that Art fail for.
Right.
That some of y'all continue to fall for.
Every year, every season, every election, we fall for the same okie doke. We have to stop that, man, because that's why you wonder why you ain't got nowhere. You wonder why we ain't got nowhere in all this time. Because it's a mind game, it's a trickery game, and they keep tricking us. Mm-hmm. That's what the problem is. That's why we keep staying where we stand. All right, y'all know what to do. Put your cash outs up, like and share the page. We about to get it popping. We getting ready to get this thing going. We got a few videos we want to show you. You know, me personally, I don't think it matters whether it's Kamala Harris. I don't think it matters if it would have been. We know Joe Biden. Let's get this straight first. Joe Biden didn't stop being the president. He just stopped running for president. Okay. For people that don't understand that out there right now, he didn't stop being the president. He's still the president, which is an argument within itself. If he ain't in no shape to run, he still ain't in no shape to be president right now.
Nope.
That's the main thing. He ain't in no shape. So let's just get that straight. Now, as far as Kamala Harris goes, she is totally incompetent. If you gonna sit there and tell me that this woman ain't incompetent, that's just like telling me this whole time Joe Biden been competent. I know he ain't been competent. I've been saying that. I didn't have the man lasting 2 years, bro. On the show, I said the man won't last 2 years. I really thought he would be shot by now.
They talk about the mind.
Yeah, I'm talking about the mind, not shooting, shot. His mind was fried. It has been fried. They've been covering it up. That's why we got this show on tonight called about lockstep. The media now is acting like they just found out that Joe Biden mind been shot. It's been shot. His mind been shot from day one. Come on, man. The man, before he took office, he was gone. Was I not, or was I saying it did? The man was gone, and they knew he was gone, and he been gone.
The man will walk outside the back of the White House and get lost
in the woods, and they wouldn't find him if somebody didn't hold his hand. That's a fact.
I mean, we see time after time. We're not just picking at him. We see the videos of him on stage and don't know where to go when he get done talking.
Wandering off. I mean, come on, man. Don't know which way to exit. That's been happening. The media being covering it up. And all of a sudden, oh, he's going to lose the election, so we got to try to do something to kick him out. Well, all these people that voted for him, now they being disenfranchised because they kicked the man out. Yeah, so much for democracy. Okay, is democracy still on the ballot, or did that just change? I believe it changed. We got a couple of videos. We got one we're going to show you in particular. This is for your new so-called presidential candidate, okay, Kamala Harris. We're going to show you a little bit about her.
Here we go.
Minute now have the comprehensively inept, bumbling giggler-in-chief Kamala Harris installed as the leader of the free world and the Democrats' 2024 presidential candidate. No elections, no primaries, nothing. Isn't it funny how the side that bleats endlessly about threats to democracy is the biggest threat to democracy? It's always about projection with these folks. For whatever you may think of the cognitively impaired Joe Biden, he has won the delegates necessary for renomination. They had primaries, Joe won them. In any sort of democracy, that matters for something, but not anymore. And it's not because they suddenly discovered Joe was mentally unfit for office. It's because he is floundering in the polls. Even before the debate, he was in peril. But after his cognitive decline was laid bare, the vultures have come out. And it's the wildly unpopular and incompetent Kamala Harris who is right now seen as their best chance. Yes, this woman.
We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet. Based on what we've just been able to see, and because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limited to what we have seen.
When looking.
Now, y'all know she didn't say a single thing. That woman sat up there and said nothing the whole time by what we seen, Man, come on. This is what you're going to be getting. That's her dishing up another word salad. That's crazy.
Well, my thing is, I mean, when it comes to the Mexicans, they can come over here. You can't go nowhere sis without a passport.
Sure can.
I mean, you just can't just go to the airport right now and fly anywhere outside the United States of America.
Right.
Unless I'm not even sure. Can you go to Mexico without a passport?
Yeah, some parts of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't even barely get over there without one.
Yeah.
You can't just go nowhere. How come America just wide open for people and then they side and say, oh, well, we're going to tax the rich more, and then you just send the money to everywhere else but here. I mean, that's what I don't understand.
Right,
If
right.
they go tax the rich, you need to get something out the deal because you know the price of everything going up like it has.
Exactly. And keep going up over and over and over. This is what we're going to be getting. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I really don't think people are going to be voting for Kamala. We need a change in this country, in this country. The Democrats are all in lockstep. We just went over a list of everything that they in lockstep with. They never change anything. They all agree on the same thing. Now,
and for the life of me, sis, okay, so what you just posted about he don't like blacks. I didn't see nothing on the gas pump to say, blow, Coco, you got to pay $1 extra for gas because I don't like black people. Gas was cheap. We was paying the same thing white people was paying for everything.
A loaf of bread?
Everything costs the same. I don't understand how somebody could tell you somebody don't like you, but then you live in a cheaper life then.
Right, exactly.
And then Joe Biden really don't care for you more than Trump don't.
Exactly.
We continue to show y'all more videos on this show of Joe Biden saying racist stuff out his mouth than Trump ever said.
Only thing they got Trump saying is what somebody said he said. We show you what come out of somebody's mouth. Now, if y'all got something that come directly out of his mouth and it ain't twisted, it ain't fabricated, it's in context, we love to get it.
And it ain't about somebody that said something about him.
Exactly.
Because that's one thing I respect about the man. He's a person. He ain't nobody, man. Let's think about it. Look how clean cut and sharp and well spoken Obama was. You wouldn't probably never believe he'd be probably in the backyard smoking cigarettes and talking to, he could be talking to Michelle any kind of way. Yeah. You don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not 100% who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fake. Yeah, we got people that play president.
Yeah.
I want somebody, I know exactly who you is and exactly where you stand.
Well, I mean, everybody that like Barack Obama, hey, it's good to like somebody because they black. But you ain't done nothing. You can't name one thing he actually done for the black people. I can name a lot what he did for trans. I can name a lot what he did for everybody else. But I can't name nothing the man did for black people. Okay? And so we the ones like him because he's black, but he did nothing for you. It would have been better if we didn't like the man. Maybe he'd have done something for us. I'm just saying. Come on, pay attention. We ain't looking at the real thing. This man ain't willing to do nothing. You see how Trump got shot out? You got to be willing to die for what you believe in or stay away from the presidency. I'm telling you, if you believe in what you believe in and you trying to get something done actually for the people, those people going to hate you. I'm telling you, if you ever had a policy that was for the people and actually gave the people anything, they ain't going to like you up there. Why? Because you threaten their money.
Yeah, that's the problem. Draining the swamp. They don't want
exactly
that. With Trump and all the military thing, we ain't spending no money on tanks.
Yeah.
And drones and bombers and AR-15s and shells.
Lockheed Martin, all Boeing, all these people can't make no money unless you selling bombs and military and bullets and all of this stuff. These people can't make money. That's who's running the country.
And the Democrats right in lockstep, keeping them in business.
Yeah.
We over there, we fighting in Afghanistan right now. I mean, we fighting in Ukraine. Well, we fighting in Syria. We got people over there lined up with Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, fighting against Palestine. I mean, this is all kind of stuff we got going on.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, the Democrats is in lockstep with what they do. That's what they do. They special interests.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's why they don't like Trump. Because they know they ain't going to be selling no bombs and no tanks and all this stuff.
They ain't going to be making money. Not to mention, we ain't even got the big pharma yet.
And we definitely ain't talking about all the money they taking from the rich to send everywhere else but to us. But then, like I just said at the beginning of the show, they'll tell you, oh, well, you paying the same amount of taxes as the rich is. Man, stop. $100 million, 6%, that's $6 million. You make $1,000, that's what's that, $60?
Yeah.
They ain't never $60. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
You're not paying the same.
You're not paying the same. Yeah. Nowhere near the same.
Exactly. Well, the richest people in the world pay over 50% of the all taxes combined. And that's just the richest people. They pay that. So when you think you're getting something, then when you go to the store, you raise the taxes on the rich, you go to the store, loaf of bread is $6.
Man, and if it was all about the rich trying to just stay rich, it'll only be one Burger King and one McDonald's. They would stop building them.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I don't understand. They keep building and keep creating jobs and keep people in business, keep people eating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody that's out there working, what about your job? Okay, if your job went out of business, look how many people that lose money, that can't eat, that can't feed their family, won't have their health insurance, none of that stuff. So you gonna tax them to death and run them out of business, or you gonna let them stay in business so you can feed family?
Or you go tax them to death so they can't buy other branches, open up more companies.
Okay.
Just president don't respect him as a president and as a man. I didn't either till I realized I do the same thing he do. Bro has some valid points. I just don't respect him. I feel you. I mean, I didn't respect him either until I realized how much of a hypocrite I'm being.
Right, exactly.
See, when it comes to being a lockstep to a Democrat, it's really about being a hypocrite.
Right.
Because a Democrat will tell you, Blow, I don't want to work with you because you don't want to get the thing in your arm. But then they'll turn right around and say, oh, this is my body. If I want an abortion, I get one. What?
That's not my body, my
So you
choice.
don't want to work with me or be around me because I don't got a shot in my body, but then you would turn around and say, you got the right to keep your baby and yours. Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah. That don't make sense to me. That sounds like a hypocrite.
That's exactly what it is. That's why, I get people saying, well, I don't respect them, but you can't find nothing that you don't respect about them. I mean, really, when you break this stuff down and say you don't respect somebody, and you can't figure out what you don't respect about them. What you don't respect about a person is based on what somebody said.
Exactly.
And that's all of where that comes from.
Exactly.
Now, do you know the man? Have you met the man? I can listen to what somebody say about Blow all day. Trump. But until I meet him, and I can form my opinion based on what somebody's been telling me about Blow. Trump, but I know Blow.
Trump being a white, rich businessman and cutting taxes for white, rich business people is the equivalent of Obama looking out for black people.
Yeah.
You looking out for the people you're supposed to look out for.
Exactly.
I mean, I ain't mad at nobody that if he like white people more than black people, then that's his business. Because you got to look in the mirror and say, how do you feel about that? When they come to you, I'm not racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body, but I'm not sure that I don't like black people more than whites.
Well, the thing about it is, the hypocrisy comes at this point. Everybody that's out there that hates Trump, they was loving him before. Even Whoopi Goldberg, you don't know? Pull it up. Whoopi, Oprah, all these people love Trump. All of a sudden, when he becomes president, now the man is racist. I mean, they loved him. They gave him a TV show for all these years. They loved him. You can find them hugged up. Whoopi Goldberg, Sonny Houston, all the View. Don't let these people sway your mind because you don't know nothing about nobody, and because they always saying that. Man, they done preached this threat to democracy for 8 years now about Trump. The man was president. I don't see no big threat to democracy. You can't tell me that, man. They want you to go around and not believe your own eyes.
Yeah, but the threat to democracy is when they want to take the guns out of everybody else.
Thank you. And put stuff in people's body that they don't want in there, and keep people out of military and stuff because they ain't got their body, their choice, and keep people out of their job. That's the threat.
We got to be careful how we talk right now.
Exactly. They'll take your speech down, all of this kind of stuff.
And Biden the president right now, not Donald Trump.
Exactly. So now guess what's going on about little kids? I don't know how you could personally like somebody that's got child trafficking going on through these borders, that's got porn in front of kids. I want to know your reasoning. I want to know personally. I don't like nobody that does stuff like that to kids and allow kids to be like that.
Don't
that's
know
pedophile.
Don't know adult got no business talking to no 5-6-year-olds about their gender.
About their gender, about having sex changes. Don't you know these people pushing this stuff? You personally don't like somebody, but you personally won't say you don't like this clown that's pushing this agenda. These people that's pushing agendas on your kids. These people that's stepping over you to give money to somebody else. I don't get it, man.
Got a grown man standing in the dang UFC ring with the damn belt, and the lady over there got broken bones in her face.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is crazy.
I mean, that's the stuff that be getting me.
Yeah.
It got a whole lot of, the lady had broken bones in her face, man. The man beat the lady so bad.
I'm just telling you, and I understand people not liking somebody. You don't have to, but you got to like and not like people for the right reason. The right reason ain't not liking Blow because somebody said something about Blow. I got to know Blow myself to make my mind up about Blow. But I'm gonna tell you something. If I didn't like people that everybody told me something was wrong with, I probably wouldn't have no friends. I probably wouldn't know nobody, have nobody to talk to, because somebody's always got something to say about somebody. But until I know that person myself, that's when I can make a judgment call on it. Yeah.
All right, get to some more of this video.
We're gonna watch some more of your presidential candidate.
at Kamala Harris, it's easy to be distracted by the ineptitude, the cackling idiocy. But mark my words, this is a dangerously race-obsessed neo-Marxist politician whose voting record is among the most radically far left in the Senate. Watch here as she explains why equality is not the goal. We need to manufacture equality of outcomes so everyone ends up in the same place. Sounds a bit like communism to me.
Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place.
We all end up in the same place, equity. When you hear that word, red flags should go up because that's pure Marxist doctrine.
I'm just saying, man, do y'all really think that everybody can wind up at the same place? I mean, I'm being 100% honest right now. Look, man, listen. Do you think that if you gave everybody $1 million, they all would wind up at the same place?
No, some people be broke tomorrow.
Absolutely. You can never all wind up at the same place. If everybody had a bunch of money, first of all, who's going to do the work?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, who's going to do the work?
And that's when, so you telling me everybody rich and I got to go dig the hole?
I'm going to tell you something. Jesus said, the poor you have with you always. Them facts. What's up, George? We see you down there. We see you, Sarah. Jesus said, the poor you're going to have with you always. Bet. That's a fact, brother. You're going to always have the poor with you. I mean, it's no way not to have the poor with you. Like, and Kamala sitting up there talking about, well, we all want to wind up in the same place. We all never be at the same place.
No.
I don't care if you gave everybody millions of dollars, you would never be at the same place. Some will be broke tomorrow, some will be broke 2 days later, and some will be back on the street.
One time we had somebody on here say everybody should get a house, everybody should get a car, everybody should get everything they need, and everybody just go to work for free, and then we just keep with what we got. But that don't work like that because everybody not responsible people. Me and Art, we gonna have 25 houses and 25 cars apiece.
Yeah.
Because somebody got tricked out of their stuff. For real, because they ain't got the mindset to keep it.
Well, that won't work in concept simply because if you gave everybody a house, a car, do this here. Okay, now the car got to be made. Okay, who's gonna go dig the ditch to get the ore out of the ground to start with? I ain't gonna want to do that. It's gonna be a bunch of people ain't gonna want to do that. So it's gonna be a bunch of people that's not wanting to do things. So that's why the price of things come into play. Because if I dig a ditch, I'm gonna want more than the man that just sat there and put a tire on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you ain't do nothing, put a knob on the car. I done got out here sweating and dig the ditch. That's what's up. Too. Yeah. To what she said, y'all totally jumped on the
parts y'all didn't like. Well, so basically what she's saying is Art breaking it down to you. The lady is saying that everybody deserves the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The lady said, and they do deserve the same thing. But the problem is that the way to get to that, okay, that is going to be the problem.
Let me say it like this. Okay, like the reason why she's in office is because she's a woman of color.
Right. And not qualification.
Not because she's the most qualified.
No, sir.
You know what I mean? That's why, what's her name? Tanji P. Jackson and
Ketanji. Yeah.
That's why, see, all these is token pieces, pacifiers.
Yeah, exactly.
Something they put in our mouth just to keep us quiet. That's it. They buy a vote. Chucks and pearls is the main reason why that lady in there. Yeah. No other reason.
Exactly. Because it definitely ain't qualification. And everybody knows it's not qualification. She knew it. It was because of the DEI that they go about.
But she said not all people started the same. Nah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But everybody don't end up at the same place because everybody ain't gonna put the work in to get there.
Absolutely.
Now that's where we come in on that. Yeah. She's right. Everybody don't start at the same place. But just like she didn't start in the same place, there's somebody else that probably started behind where she started is more qualified for the position she got.
Absolutely. And she got a position that based on nothing. How many qualified people you think that didn't start where she started at? Okay, you know where she started at. What about the people that started just going to school and way smarter and got more common sense? And so they put her up there.
And that's what we're talking about. The Democrats is in lockstep right there because they'll give the Woman of the Year award to a man that's identifying as a woman, and he's not more qualified than my mama for the award.
Exactly.
You're not gonna tell me no man on this planet is more qualified than my mama, your mama,
To be a
or
woman.
mama to be a woman. Come on, man. You got a whole lot of men standing up there getting the Woman of the Year award, and my mama walking around out here.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And ain't nobody saying nothing about that. So that's my problem. They keep giving us all these tokens. They gave us Kamala. Now they're trying to give her y'all as a candidate, and the lady, she don't talk no better than he talk.
Exactly. Can't put two sentences together. What she's serving up is a word salad. All what she just said was a word salad, and it didn't make no sense.
And there was some truth to the. I agree with you 100%. She was right. Everybody don't start in the same place, but everybody don't work as hard to get there.
Yeah.
Because where me and Art come from, it's still some people over there.
Exactly.
They ain't want to get here.
Exactly.
That's it.
Absolutely. And they could have been right where Blow at, right where I'm at, anywhere you want to go. I mean, you can get there.
Yeah, you can get there. Yeah. But then it be people telling us stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, shooting us down.
Yeah.
When I first came home, people told me, "Oh, Blow, boy, you know, well, I don't know what you're gonna do, boy, but you know you ain't gonna be able to get no good job with that record you got."
Yeah.
And I believed it for damn near 10, 15 years.
Yeah, that's what you get when you listen to that trash like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You get the mindset that you can't do nothing and you won't do nothing.
Exactly. And now I'm right here where I'm at now, and I'm like, damn, I should have never listened to them. Because I had my trust in these people. I grew up right.
Right.
Made no sense. It
don't make no sense. And see, when people steady telling you that you can't do nothing, you ain't gonna do it. Nope. That's the problem with teaching our kids in school today. They sit there and tell them, well, you can't do nothing because you black, you can't do. Don't teach my kid that trash. Okay, teach my kids you can do anything you want to do. Why? That gives incentive, that makes them try harder, that makes them do harder, and set the example if that's what you want to teach. But stop teaching them that you can't never be nothing or be nowhere, and that don't even give them no incentive to even try.
If people argue till they blue in the face. Hey, somebody tell me, hey, Blow, ain't no place for you at your company. I told them I'm the boss. Oh, well, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking for everybody that work for you. Yeah. What you mean, the ones that come to work doing the bare minimum for a check?
Absolutely.
When if they bust their ass and do what I did, they gonna come up. I'm gonna make sure they come up because I want them beside me. That's
right.
it.
That's right. You don't start off correctly. You don't worry about the end. You know you are behind. Well, let's break that down a little bit. What you mean starting off correctly? You got to worry about the end. See, because if you don't start off, let me put it this way, like somebody told me. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Okay. If I don't know where I'm going when I leave here, it don't matter which way I go. But if I get a destination, it matters which way I go to that destination. I can go the long way around, you know what I'm saying? Or I can go the short way around, or I can just go the opposite direction. I'll never get there if I go the opposite direction. So somebody needs to direct me to the way I need to go to get to where I need to get to.
And this is to piggyback on what Art just said. That's how I got to where I'm at. Absolutely. I didn't know where I was going. Any road got me there.
Yeah.
But I had to do some things. You know, I had to clear my mind and then go get rid of some bad habits and bad people around me, and everything fell in place.
It starts to fall in place. Now you get a clear direction on where you're going. I understand that people start at disadvantages, but most of the time when people that's at a disadvantage actually get a bearing on where they want to go and what they excel at it.
Yeah.
They excel more than anybody. That's what you teach. That's what you got to understand. I'm saying, man, I know kids that started out bad, but when they got a bearing on what they needed to be doing and somebody to show them the way and somebody to teach them how to get outside the box and stop looking at what they see and start looking at what they don't see, then they start to get somewhere. That's how that works. I mean, you know, you just can't sit there and tell me every day, and this is what happened. Trust me, go back, look at it. This is what happened to Trump. The media every day for 8 years told you he ain't no good, he ain't right, he's a threat to democracy, this, that, and the other, and they did that. Absolutely, Sarah. Yeah, good energy, good quality. That's what you got to put out. You got to put that out there. If not, you don't know where to go. How do I know where to get to if ain't nobody show me? I don't know how to go if you always telling me I ain't nothing. I guarantee you this. Sit there and tell your kid he ain't nothing the whole time and see what happens. He gonna always start thinking he ain't nothing, he ain't hitting on nothing, he ain't doing nothing. That's what they try. That's the message. You know, it's just like voting rights. These clowns go around telling you that they don't want the black people to vote. They tell you that all the time. And they turn around at the same time and tell you you shouldn't have an ID to vote. What's wrong with having a freaking ID to vote and you know you need one for everything else?
You can't.
I mean, you
can't fly nowhere.
Yeah, you can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing without it.
So it's okay for that. But what about vote? You know good and well, just like I do, when you talking about you don't want nobody to have an ID to vote, you ain't doing nothing but wanting to cheat.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank.
Yeah, but then you sit there and get mad if Trump says something like if black people are irresponsible if they think they don't need an ID to vote.
Exactly.
Come on now, that's the same thing they telling you.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I don't understand. Y'all sit up there and let Whoopi Goldberg and D.L. Hughley and Charlamagne the God say stuff like this.
Yeah.
And they sit up there trying to stop somebody from voting. We ain't found one person yet that wanted to vote and ain't got their vote off.
Exactly. And couldn't get their vote off. I ain't found a single person yet. And Biden will still run down there and them Democrats run down to Georgia talking about they trying to stop your vote or trying to stop you from voting. When? How? That's the lie they tell, and that gets ingrained in your head, in your spirit, and in everything else. Yep. You got to understand how propaganda works. Over and over and over, the same thing over and over. You hear it from all kind of directions. You will start to believe that trash. Yep. I'm telling you. Yep. Ain't nobody wanting your vote. They just want a clean vote. Everybody know that. You should have ID to vote. If you got to have an ID to cash your check, if you got to have an ID to go get on a plane, if you got to have an ID to do all these other things, why not have an ID to vote for whoever's supposed to be in charge of this country?
I mean, they need to know who you is so don't nobody else say they you.
Exactly. I'm just telling you, man, that don't make any sense. So if you start thinking about the stuff that really don't make sense, then you can start to get somewhere. What happens is most of the time these people say something and you take it as gospel. You don't ask about it. You don't question it. You don't do nothing. I mean, come on. Everybody know they want you to sit up here and believe you don't see what you see. They want you to really sit up here and make you think that it's okay. I had somebody tell me it's okay to let all these people into the country. They doing the jobs we don't want to do. Oh, wait a minute. All these jobs you swear we don't want to do, all the landscaping jobs, all the concrete jobs, asphalt jobs, all the framing houses, roof jobs, all this stuff you talking about, who don't want to do it? If you pay a person to do it, they will do it. That is the problem. Black people would love to do those jobs. Just pay them correctly, okay? They stop lowering the wages. They start getting these other people to do it. They bring them in. They can do it cheaper. Why? They can stay 10 in the house and they don't have to pay taxes and stuff like that. I could do it if I did it like that.
You know, Black lots of times we're taking the long way. If you don't believe this, then you have to
erase Black history.
The only way to get corrected, somebody got to know there's a problem. I mean, everybody knows it's a problem, but one thing we always keep telling y'all all the time is, look how small the rearview mirror is on a car. When you get in the car, every mirror that's in the car that looks behind you is little. Right. You got the big whole windshield up there, and ain't nobody looking out the windshield. Joe Biden, them, that's what they want you to do. They want you in the rearview mirror. Exactly. Y'all won't stay out the rearview mirror. Everybody got jobs, getting money, and ain't nobody putting no money together. Exactly. The only thing we doing is still talking about Jim Crow, slavery, racism,
review,
everything but the crime bill.
Exactly.
That's the only thing he ain't talking about. Right. He ain't talking about the crime bill, but he's talking about everything else. Everybody keep calling Donald Trump racist and talking about, oh, make America great in the good old days and all this. Man, y'all is in the rear view mirror.
Absolutely.
You want to lash on your ass so bad.
Yeah. I mean, you want to get back to that. And you know good and well it ain't going to be slavery like it was before. Stop it. I'm going to put y'all back in chains. Ain't that what Biden said? They're going to put y'all back in chains. What's that about?
There's cars in the windshield too. Well, look, the past is not in the windshield.
Right. The car that went by you ain't in your windshield. That's gone. And it ain't coming back unless you turn around. You can go back and see it. Just turn around and go the way he's going. That's what they want you to do. You can see it again. You want to put it back in your windshield? Turn your car around and go backwards. See, but you ain't getting where you need to go because you're going the wrong way now. You're going backwards, right where they want you to go. That's the problem. And we got to start seeing that. Me and Flo come here every week, man, so we can start opening up people's eyes to understand. Stop letting these people trick you.
I mean, the lies they tell us over and over again. Yeah. I mean, trickle down ain't real.
Yeah.
Man, look here, man. If you got a homeboy that's out there in the Amazon parking lot washing Amazon trucks, that's trickle down.
Exactly.
Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, and your cousin out there washing Amazon trucks, that's all the way from the very, very top to the very, very bottom.
Exactly. And you getting money behind it.
And people sitting up there saying, I don't get it, man. I
Yeah.
don't get it. They tell us all this stuff over and over again, man. They want God out of everything.
Yeah.
They don't want God in the dang old national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, none of this stuff. They
Yeah.
want to take God's name out of everything.
Okay, we're gonna switch topics right here for a minute. We got another clip we're gonna show you. We'll get back to that clip, Blo.
Yeah, we still have a lot on that one. But
Oh, you want to say some more about it?
no, I'm saying we still got.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that clip.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna switch subjects for a second because that time's coming around. We're gonna switch time. Everybody was going around talking about Donald Trump. That was a fake. It was set up. Donald Trump set up his own thing, this, that, and the other. Man, that's not possible. It's not possible. We get ready to show y'all a clip of how this thing really went down. They did a computer animation on this thing, and we're gonna show you exactly what happened and how it happened. And man, if you still believe this thing is set up, well, you believe the media. I mean, really, what you wasn't supposed to believe.
The fact that this how everything played out was just so crazy to me. I actually want to react to something with you. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but they did a computer rendering of the exact movements of his head. And you can see he looks up at that immigration file, and all of a sudden that little poof that we hear in the microphone goes right past his ear. And then he puts his hand up, and the next bullet goes right between his hands and gets him in the ear.
I didn't know the second bullet went between.
Yeah, and then he leans back, and it goes right past his eyebrow, and that's when he drops to the ground. Pretty crazy when you actually see, like, that first one really, I mean, it went right past his ear. And he's talked about in interviews that he heard how everything played out was just so crazy to me. I actually want to react to something with you. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but they did a computer rendering of the exact movements of his head. And you can see he looks up at that immigration file, and all of a sudden that little poof that we hear in the microphone goes right past his ear. And then he puts his hand up, and the next bullet goes right between his hands and gets him in the ear.
I didn't know the second bullet went between.
Yeah, and then he leans back, and it goes right past his eyebrow, and that's when he drops to the ground. Pretty.
We just want to show you the computer remodeling of what actually happened. Man, that is scary. I don't care what you say. Ain't nobody having that done to them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ain't nobody coming with no rounds like that.
I ain't let you shoot at me.
No, sir. Period. Ain't no way. So that we just wanted to show you that clip simply because most people was talking about that. And throughout the week, we heard a lot of people talking about how staged it was, and he staged his own. Man, ain't nobody staging nothing like that for themselves. I'm just gonna tell you right now, ain't nobody staging nothing like that for themselves. Period. You hear me? That's the way it goes. All right, we're gonna keep it moving, Blo.
All right. Let me get this other one back up. Yeah, man, but I don't know. You got a lot of people saying stuff like, oh, well, why ain't nobody run and all this, man? Look here, man. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you, man. White people ain't scared to die, man.
Nah, exactly.
Man, these people will jump up in a plane and jump out that thing with no parachute on and that. They'll take a windsuit. They'll jump out the damn airplane in a squirrel suit.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. There'll be a rock in the ground with a hole in it this big, and they'll squeeze their whole body down in it and go down in there for 10 miles, not knowing if they ever go get out.
Yeah, they'll climb the highest mountain with nothing but a rope. I ain't doing that. The mountain there ain't lost nothing on the side of the mountain. I'll tell you that right now. I ain't doing all that. I ain't jumping out of nothing and all that. I ain't doing that.
I'm going to get back to this first one.
All right.
Watch some more of this one. All right.
And the pursuit of so-called equity, of equal outcomes for all, that's led to millions dead. It's as idiotic as it is evil. And let's not forget Kamala's reckless race baiting in 2020 as cities across America were plunged into violent BLM riots that saw more than 20 people killed, hundreds more bashed, shops, residences, businesses burnt to the ground with around $2 billion in damage. This is what the future vice president was doing. She was raising bail money for the thugs police were arresting during BLM's summer of riots. People she helped free went on to commit more heinous acts, including murder. Yes, the headline there is right. Minnesota man freed by Kamala Harris's supported bail fund, now charged with murder. He was found guilty. Now, in any sane world, that may disqualify a person from seeking the highest office in the land. It would at least earn them some widespread criticism. But Kamala's reckless race baiting is really never mentioned by the US media, not by the overwhelming majority of them anyway. To end with a President Kamala Harris would be like having one of the mad banshees of The View in the Oval Office. And wowee, haven't those lovely ladies had an almighty meltdown since the assassination attempt against Trump and the Republican National Convention? Here is the odious Joy Behar attacking Trump for feeling blessed to be alive.
I'm speaking to fellow Christians. I was raised Catholic. I'm a Christian girl. When something like this happens to you, like this assassination attempt, and you say something like God was watching me, that is a very unchristian thing to say because it's very narcissistic. What about Corey? What's his name?
Now tell me what is unchristian about saying God is watching me. I don't get it. What is unchristian about that? What is narcissistic about saying that? I mean, when you get on TV and she called herself a Christian, that's what Blow was talking about. The Hippocratic Party, the way these people are virtually hypocrites. The first thing she said is, "Oh, I'm a Christian," but he's a narcissist for say God was watching me. Really?
Exactly.
Really?
The man had a whole lot of memorial little setup for the man that died up there. You know, he cared about his life. You trying to say the man selfish and a narcissist because he said God watched over him. Okay, somebody died. He could have died.
Exactly.
We just seen how close he came to dying.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man, that's crazy. See, but when you listen to these people and you really take the time to see what they're talking about, you'll do just like everybody else. Yeah, there's no good candidates in the Democratic
No,
Party.
they all the same.
They all the same. It don't matter who you put there. That's what we're talking about today. She just like making Trump look bad.
They all do.
They are all in the same. It don't matter who you put in the Democratic Party. You still gonna have open borders. Okay, you still gonna have pedophilia in the schools, and that's what it is. I'm calling it for what it is. That's pedophilia. Okay, showing these kids all this
sexy summer.
Yeah, all this trash. You still gonna have your First Amendment right violated and took away. They're still gonna be trying to steal your Second Amendment right. Okay, they still gonna have wars, and many of those wars, so the industrial military complex can get paid. Boyd and Lockheed Martin and the rest of them. Okay, they still gonna have. This is lockstep Democratic policy. We sitting here talking about policies. Y'all looking at somebody you don't like.
Exactly.
I'm looking at policies. A loaf of bread is not gonna be higher for the white man as it is for me. Trust me. That bread gonna be the same if he go to the store or Blow go to the store or anybody go to the store. You go to the gas pump, that's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same price. It don't change for nobody. Yeah. Loaf of bread don't change just because you got money. That bread is gonna still be the same thing. So I don't know how you can look out there and say, well, doggone, these policies that we got giving away all of my money. If you're gonna take taxes from me, give it to somebody here in this country. Okay, somebody on the sidewalk, somebody laying down.
I said it last week. He said, man, they letting all these illegal immigrants come here, giving them money to stay in hotels, and they stepping right over the homeless people from America to go in them.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, sir. Let me get by to get this one some money. And you laying on the ground. He's laying on the ground. You're stepping right over, and we can't see it. I'm telling you, man, you have to get out of your body. I tell Blow all the time, you make your worst decisions in your feelings.
Yep.
Trust me.
When you're scared or you in your feelings.
When you get in your feelings, you get in your body, or you get scared, you make the worst decisions of your entire life in those two situations. And the Democrats take advantage of that. Yeah, they scared you to death. Okay, they scared you to death with COVID.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Man,
Yeah.
I rode past Panther Stadium. It was a line wrapped around the whole building, and half of them was young people with exercise clothes on. And I just seen the news, and they say if you're healthy and in good shape, you got a 98% chance of living.
Exactly. So if you got less than 2 comorbidities, you got a real good chance of living. Okay. Now they got you in your body doing the George Floyd riots. Okay. That's when we acted crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he think he wrong for saying God was watching him.
Yeah, exactly. Never decided
Exactly. You better not, because you're gonna make the worst decision you ever made in your life.
Anybody ever seen anybody bust out all the windows in the car and both of y'all need the car for work in the morning? Hello? I'm just saying. Yeah, how you gonna get to work now? You come out, but all the windows in the car busted out, can't nobody go to work. In your body, man. Come on, man. Stay out of your body. You can't make a good decision in your body. And you can't make it when you're upset. And the Democrats use both of them, especially on black people. They use both of those. Those George Floyd riots and stuff, we had no business burning all them people's businesses down. I bet you one thing, you didn't go in those real fancy neighborhoods. I ain't seen none of them get burnt down. I ain't seen none of that. Why didn't you go over there to South Park somewhere? Dog, start burning stuff down. Oh, they ain't letting you do that. See, it's the trick of the mind, because most people don't know how to think past the front door. You got to get outside of that, man. Look way down the road. That's how far down the road they are ahead of you.
I've been told you, they go in there, hey, we gonna run counter right, left on 3, break.
Yeah.
And then they go out there and they put the black people out there on the field, and we first down, touchdown.
We run the play
every time. First down, touchdown. That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's
Come
it.
on, man.
Get them mad, get them in their feelings. I mean, y'all turned down the whole lot of platinum playing.
Yeah, I'm still pissed off about
for
that.
Chucks and Pearls.
I'm still
$50 billion. Me and Art came on here and read the bill to you. Man, they were gonna boost your credit score. Man, they were gonna give everybody that needed a loan. Man, you was gonna be able to
take the red tape out of it.
Man, they was go let you, man,
put your
cell phone bill on your credit so your credit can get good and all kinds of stuff.
Well, so for the person back there that was saying you don't start at the same place, and most of the time the reason you don't start in a good place is because you never put yourself in position. Just like we turned down the platinum plan. Okay, you would have been in a better position, but you don't want to get in no better position. Why? Because you're always turning down the wrong thing. You're always listening to the wrong thing. You know, if you'd have had the platinum plan, how many people could have got in position from there?
Yeah.
Low business loans, take the red tape out of it, deregulate some of the stuff that holds you up, and you can get in there, and look how many people would have been helped through that.
More jobs and more
Absolutely.
Everything. Like I say, I'm for the rich getting richer, because I believe that the more money that's out here, the more money, the more opportunity I got, you got to get some.
Right, exactly. Well, the more you're going to spend, the more you got. The more money you got, the more you spend. That's just the way that goes. And somebody's got to get that, what you spend. Somebody's got to do a service, do something, do anything that you want it done. Okay, so now they're getting money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way that goes. Now, what you do with that money, now it's up to you. But if you make bonehead decisions and do things that you're supposed to do, you'll be right back in the same place you was before you started. All right.
Let's listen to more of them.
Comparatory.
Vile, and just as vile as the views are Whoopi Goldberg, who had a go at Donald Trump's granddaughter, Kai, for daring to humanize her grandfather. Listen to this deranged rant.
I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I don't know very many men who want to be talked to the way that this man has been talking to men in his audience. I don't know any women, and I know his grandchild was up on the thing, and they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that. Trump.
What sort of sad, twisted, and tiny leftist echo chamber does that woman belong to? Has she seen the polls? Yet she doesn't know men or women who like how Trump speaks to them. She has a go at a child for speaking about her grandfather. And the bitter harpies of The View have a message for the Democrats. Install Kamala or else. This is Sunny Hostin.
Kamala, if she is leapfrogged and there's just some open convention, no Democratic nominee can win without the black vote. Black women will not support Kamala Harris being looked over. Why? Because she is ready, overlooked. She is ready to be the president. She's been in the Oval Office with him. She's been in the Situation Room with him. How dare people suggest that she is incompetent?
But isn't this a
How
little
dare people-
just to be clear?
There we go again, wanting you not to believe your own eyes. There we go again. They want you not to believe your own eyes. You know damn well she ain't competent to do nothing.
Well, I don't even think it's about her not being
Man, come on,
competent.
man.
I don't think
Not to
that
be no
all five of
president.
them believe that she's the most qualified for the job.
No, she ain't no most qualified. She ain't nowhere near qualified. Most qualified. She ain't near qualified. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. She is not nowhere near qualified to do nothing. And Sonny up there don't want us to believe our own eyes and our own ears. And we done seen this lady plenty of times get up there doing nothing but cackling and serving up word salads and not making a bit of sense, which we're going to see a little bit more of that. Man, crazy. Yeah, you're right, Ty. More money you got, the more you spend.
They brainwashed. I always knew the View was a
Yeah, they part of the agenda.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what I hate most about that is they get people like Whoopi Goldberg and Sonny Houston up there to trick people, man, and to tell people lies, and black people especially, to get them to go along with that scheme and schematic. This is what I'm talking about. When you start seeing people talking like that, that is nothing but rhetoric and trash they talking about.
Yeah, you sitting there trying to talk negative about somebody getting up there talking about her grandma.
And for everybody that don't know, now I'm fit to give you this little bit of tidbit, and I'm fit to tell you what I really think about Kamala Harris. I think Kamala Harris is a piece of trash. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, somebody said, Art, man, why you talk about our black queen like that? Okay, you tell me whether a black queen would hide evidence and put a man in prison or a life sentence and hide the evidence that she know he wasn't guilty and do that to him. To me, a person that do a human being like that and lock him up in prison on a life sentence and hide evidence you knew the man was innocent is a piece of trash. I don't care who you talk about. If you steal a man's life like that, yours ain't worth nothing to me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Everybody, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Kamala did that. Go look it up.
Yeah, she trash.
Yeah, that's a piece of trash to me. You don't do people like that and throw them in prison and hide the evidence to keep them out, and you know good and well that man was innocent. You don't do nothing like that to nobody. So anybody that does another human being like that, that goes to show you her morals is on below zero. And you talking about making this woman, and Sonny Houston know it, Whoopi Goldberg know it, and for people that's on this channel right now, they know it. Because I just told you, that's what she did. And if you support somebody who would do something like that to a human being, I'm telling you, that's messed up. I mean, you know, you put a man in prison, take his whole life away from him, and because you hide the evidence because you want a conviction? Really? You do something like that? Her ass need to be locked up. That's the way I feel about it. Point blank, period. That pisses me off, man. You don't do nobody like that.
We'll get to a little bit more.
How dare they? She's incompetent, Sonny. She's not only dangerously incompetent, she's a chronic underperformer in every key role she's been assigned. She's captured entirely by the radical left. She's wildly unpopular. And if she is the nominee, Donald Trump will win in a landslide. And the American people, indeed all of us, deserve another debate between Biden and Trump. If we are denied that, then at least we have Shane Gillis as Trump and Adam Ray as Biden to fill the void with their brilliant impersonations. Enjoy.
So scared.
Tony, what an unbelievable experience it is. What a great show this could be. Instead, we've got an absolute idiot here running the show.
This is a moment we will never forget. This is incredible. What a shocking surprise. No one more shocked than President Joe Biden. He looked so scared.
Who'd you my pants?
We may any day now,
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, when people start looking at stuff and don't know all the facts, man, and you go out here and you listening to these clowns saying anything, man, it's a problem. You say anything, but you don't really know anything about anything. Now, go tell me what this woman do. Somebody told me that, man, you talking about our black queen? What black queen? What black queen would do something like that to a black man? I'm just saying, who? Really? That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people get real quiet. Yeah, you gotta get quiet. When you start knowing the facts and you start paying attention and start looking at these people for who and what they are, it's a shame, bro.
Yeah, and they all are in lockstep.
They in lockstep with each other.
I think for the longest we all just thought the same way. You know what I mean? For the life of me, I don't understand why people think the government and your business is a good thing.
No, never. Less government, and you always need less government.
And that's basically what you supporting, big government. You in lockstep with big government.
What's the name me one thing the government has gotten into and it turned out good? You see Social Security, they running that, ain't they? That no earthly good. They got into the trucking business, no earthly good. They done ruined that.
They ruined the household, the black family.
Exactly.
Killed that.
Yeah, everything they get into, man, that's the way it go. We got one more clip we want to show you for tonight. And this is what they all stand for. This wasn't just Biden. The last thing that we're going to show y'all is about how they getting rid of God. They're taking God out of everything. Everything these people do is against God. You have to understand that this thing is not just about Republicans and Democrats. This thing is more spiritual than anything.
To everyone celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility, I want you to know that your president sees you. Jill, Kamala, Doug, our entire administration sees you for who you are, made in the image of God and deserving of dignity, respect, and support. But we know it's hard when there are those out there who don't see you and don't respect you. For example, the onslaught of anti-transgender state laws attacking you and your families is simply wrong. This administration is standing up for you against all these hateful bills. And we're committed to advancing transgender equality in the classroom, on the playing field, at work, in our military, in our housing and healthcare systems, everywhere, simply everywhere. Today, we're announcing even more steps, but there's always more work to do to end the epidemic of violence against transgender women of color and girls of color, to ensure transgender seniors can age with dignity, and to finally pass a bipartisan Equality Act, to help transgender persons around the world live free from discrimination and violence. Above all, to be there with you, to parents.
I wish they passed a black act like that to be free from discrimination above all people. He ain't said nothing about that. What happened to the bill, the hate bill for blacks? I ain't seen one of them yet. You got an Asian hate bill out there, for you better not be hating on no Asian. You better not be hating. Well, I ain't seen them pass no hate bill for black. Yeah, right. Pushing that. Biden decided to do that on Easter. And I'm talking to every single Christian out there, ministers and everything. If you can't see what's happening, that this thing is not against you really, it's against God, I got a problem with you. Every pastor, every minister out there, you pick the very day that Christians celebrate Christ rising from the grave. Read your Bible. The Bible say if Christ didn't rise, your religion is in vain. Okay? If he didn't rise, you just doing that for nothing. That's what it says, okay? Biden takes that particular day, okay, and names it as National Trans Visibility Day. Everything that's against God, he does that. And it's really, and people might say, because people have said to me, well, Mac, it's just a day. They just picked that day to celebrate. No. God weighs the intentions of the heart. It's Biden's intentions. He intended to do that. He meant to do that. That was intentional, to desecrate that particular day. Y'all have to understand this. I keep telling you, the thing is spiritual. He picked that day to make it National Trans Visibility Day. Everything that's against God, that's not natural, and God don't like it, and all of us know it. I mean, come on, man. That is Terrible. And all of these people are in lockstep with it.
Right. Yeah, that about got it done.
Yeah.
Trying to start it right.
Yeah, he's trying to start it. And that definitely about got it done. Because the Christians know that that day is the most sacred day of all when Christ rose. And you take that particular day, you got 364 more days in a year, but you pick that day to make it National Trans Visibility. If that ain't evil in itself, I got a problem with you. And I got a problem with every pastor, every preacher that don't speak out about it.
Yeah, Biden dropped out.
He dropped out of running for the race. He didn't drop out as being the president. He's still the president. And I can't believe for the life of me, how can you drop out from being the next president and you not drop out of being the president because you ain't capable neither way. You still ain't capable. If you ain't capable of running for the next president, you definitely ain't capable of being the president right now. And that's what we're talking about. This thing is crazy, man.
Me and Art gonna continue to bring more episodes just like this one. Between what I say, what Art say, what's in the comments, the truth is in there somewhere.
And we're gonna tell it. You know, it's time to tell the truth, and we tell the truth. That's what we do every week when we come on here. We thank everybody for joining in and for coming in. If you haven't did it, throw your cash apps up, like and share the page, though. Don't forget to do that. The likes help us. It helps the algorithm, okay? We appreciate y'all joining in. If you got a subject you want to talk about, put it in the comments, hit blow up, hit me up, hit the page up, however you got to do it, and talk to us. We definitely want to put you on here. We want to hear what you got to say. I'm not always right, you know, and Bro don't claim to always be right, but we do bring you the best information that we can find. We spend all week looking for this information.
I mean, everybody's been thinking the same way for so long, and they ain't got us nowhere. Everybody's stuck in the rearview mirror. Ain't nobody looking forward.
Right.
Like I say, everybody getting money, got money, getting money, and ain't nobody putting no money together. We ain't doing nothing. They still talking about Black Wall Street from 100 years ago. Ain't nobody trying to put nothing together.
They still want us to have the poor me syndrome. That's what it is. They want us to have poor me syndrome. Well, poor me. I started at a bad place. I started at a desolate place. Hey, look, man, put your big boy and big girl panties and drawers on and step up to the plate and get it done.
Yeah, go get it.
That's the way you got to do it. That's the way it happens. If they won't give it to you, get up, rise up, and get it yourself.
It's yours to be got.
Exactly. It's out here. Why you think people coming to this country, man? Boy, y'all terrible. One thing for certain,
two things for sure.
We're gonna tell the truth.
It's time.
It's time to tell the truth. Thank you for another edition.
Yes, sir. The truth hurt, man.
Yeah.